rampway. It's like, come on, who's next? You know, like anticipating stuff to happen. So it can always be a burden on a match sometimes when they do that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I would hopefully be thinking that was it for interference now, because you know you don't want to go overboard on that kind of thing, otherwise it just becomes a farce.
Mm-hmm. Triple H going for another cover.
Oh, it's a referee. You know, you would have thought they would have sent down a fresh referee by now.
Oh, Hebner is like literally on his deathbed over there. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing very slow. Yeah, it looks like he's having a heart attack, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Triple H doesn't care. Well, low blow, you knew it. So it just goes to show you how much of a heel Taker was back then. When did you ever see him do that?
Oh, that was kind of lackluster finish there, I gotta say.
Yeah, I think it was way too slow. The whole delivery of that, like they needed to speed that up a bit.
And the whole time period that El Hebner was out was a little bit ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to the point where at the time they were such a fan of sending down new referees and calling them down, waving them down, and that didn't even happen in this.
And they all went home. Getting out early. So there you go, folks. That is the coming to the end of our King of the Ring 2002 retrospectives. We see The Rock on the walkway, looking down, disappointed, and of course, they would have a match the month later. Don't forget.
I was expecting one more finale though. The Rock come down there. Here we go. Lay out the Undertaker. Send the fans home happy.
I believe the next main event that happened at the Vengeance pay-per-view was Rock challenging Taker with Kurt Angle. It was a triple threat match, and the Rock would win that match, of course, and would take the belt into SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar. And yep, there you go. That's for the fans.
Oh, didn't expect that bit though.
Yep, was not happy. Yep, and that, like I say, that concludes. It's been an epic journey, Matt, from '93 to 2002, no doubt about it, and we've had some great winners. And as I said, Matt, as this is closing all of this, as it looks like the Undertaker is going to get his odds now. But as I said, Matt, to all our listeners, we're going to cash in our Magnificent Seven. It's like Money in the Bank. We're cashing it in at the end of this retrospective series on King of the Ring, and we're going to literally, we're not going to spend too much time on it, but we're going to give a countdown of our top 7 King of the Ring winners to who we thought were the most sort of honourable winners of the lot. Like I said last time, I'm going to be very shocked, Matt, if you've got Mabel in there. I'm going to be honest. That could be the shocker of the night, but we'll see how it goes. Matt, have you got your list with you?
Yeah, got that all down here now, right in front of me. Got that finalised just in time.
Bloody difficult to list this one. Really.
I mean, it would be easier to list the people that don't deserve to be in it.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better call, wouldn't it? Really, I suppose. But yeah, it was bloody difficult to, especially to put them in any order. I knew who were the ones that were going to be in the 7, but trying to put them in an order was an absolute nightmare, to be honest with you. But Matt, we'll try and get through this briskly and as quick as we can on the end of this back end. But at number 7, Matt, I've gone with Owen Hart.
Oh,
The King of
that's
Hearts, Owen Hart, him at number 7. Of course, he was our second winner, and the reason I put him there really is, I mean, although he never, of course, unfortunately for poor old Owen, ever got to sort of go through his full potential. But I think what's important to point out, Matt, is at the time of winning the King of the Ring, I felt like he didn't get his just rewards. Like he didn't get quite what the King of the Ring campaign should have gave him. But I do think it elevated his character, like the King of Hearts, Owen Hart, and he used that so much, like he used to do with the Slammies. It kind of added to his character, and it was. I think I liked the win as well because it was like a heel win. So he went in at number 7 for me. Who's your number 7, Matt?
okay. My number 7 is a guy we just saw. It will be Triple H.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was a good accolade for Triple H to have. You know, put that under his belt. A guy that's done nearly everything within the company,
Sure.
or would go on to after that point, and did well to actually give him a platform to kickstart his career, and from the transition from what was Hunter Hearst Helmsley into what would be their top heel for years and years to come. It was a good platform for that, but I don't really think he made the most of the kind of the platform when you become king of the ring.
Yeah.
I don't know how you explain that. When you make them, like some people turn into a king, don't they?
Yeah,
but you didn't really make the most of the king of the ring sort
time.
of win. It just cemented his progress to go further.
Yeah, totally. No, I'm with you on that one. Okay, number 6 is Triple H for me, and you know he gets in there because he's Triple H. Let's be honest, but. Similar to Matt, yeah, he didn't. The reason he's low down is because again, he didn't. Similar to Owen, he didn't really elevate him at that time. Like he didn't. 97 for him, he wasn't doing anything out of the norm. Let's say, I think it's definitely a great thing to have on your resume, but for him, it didn't elevate him that year whatsoever. He was sort of stuck where he was at the time. So, although it was a good King of the Ring, and I enjoyed it and all the rest of it, I think it was lacking for him, that elevation. Number 6 for you, Matt.
My number 6 is Owen Hart. For all the reasons that you said, but so low down because it really didn't happen for him, did it? Although it was a great moment, and it was a time when we looked at him and thought, he's Bret Hart's equal in many ways. It just really wasn't fair that he wasn't treated as such at the time.
Sure. Number 5 for me goes in with Edge. He's in there for me. I know he's one of your favourites there, Matt. In all this, but Edge for me goes here. I feel like it was a good King of the Ring. I liked it because it was a WWF sort of homemade guy who was a tag team for a while, and you got to see that journey of him sort of rising to the top. It was just unfortunate that the whole Edgehead thing didn't span out too well, and of course he was Hogan's tag buddy for a while as well. Around that sort of time, but it just didn't really happen for him straight away, but he was on that list of King of the Ring, so he definitely needed to go in there on this list, no doubt about it. Number 5 for you, Matt?
Well, I can tell we're on the same wavelength because my number 5 is Edge as well.
Right, okay.
I think, just for all the same reasons again that you said, but Edge's real time to shine was not as a face, and they tried to get him over as King of the Ring as a face. I think if they'd done it as a heel, it would have been more successful. I know they had to step away from the Edge and Christian connection, and that one of them had to play a heel, and I don't think Christian would have been too comfortable in the face role of that. So it was a necessity to get him to where he needed to be at the end. But, like I said, like you said, the transition was too long.
Sure. Okay, let's see if we get this next one the same, Matt. I think we've been on pretty much the same line so far. Number 4 is none other than Mr. Three Eyes. Intensity, integrity, and intelligence, of course. Kurt
That is
Angle.
incredible because he's my number 4 as well.
Oh, well, there we go. For me, Kurt Angle, when I've watched him in these especially, it made perfect sense. He is a typical King of the Ring type of winner. And I felt like it did elevate him at that time as well, as being a credible guy. I liked the idea as well that he almost sort of won it back to back as well and stuff like that, like getting to the final. So he's had quite a nice little stint in our King of the Ring series, no doubt about it. And yeah, he's my number 4. He's also Matt's number 4. Anything to add to that from your side with Angle?
No, I think you covered it mostly, and yeah, like you said, not just only a great King of the Ring, and and of course, like we were talking before, debut years. What an incredible debut year! Rapid ascent to the top. Mm-hmm. That's just what you want when you're like a King of the Ring. You want to see that it's made an impact on someone's career, and also, like I said, a constant performer throughout the King of the Rings that we've seen him in. Every match that he had was pretty much like solid gold.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see if this one is the same as well then. Number 3, Brock Lesnar is my
yes,
number 3.
Yes, it is the same.
Wow, we are thinking so alike, Matt, tonight. It's unbelievable on this one. Yeah, Brock Lesnar, of course, we would have just listened to it. Again, I don't think I need to explain too much on that one. As I said earlier in this podcast, he was elevated straight away. Champion in the next 2 months speaks volumes against one of the biggest icons in the business, The Rock, at the time, who had come off such a massive win against Hogan. Brock Lesnar was elevated very, very fast, and that King of the Ring was the springboard to that match. So really important for him to have won the King of the Ring for sure. Anything to add to that, Matt, from your side of things with Brock?
No, I think you got it all down there. I mean, yeah, incredible springboard, like you said, to the top. And yeah, that's just what we were saying before with Kurt Angle. That's what you want. You want the King of the Ring to really kickstart your career, and in some cases rejuvenate an old one. But yeah, it definitely got him noticed for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's see now if we have, if we meet the same number 2, and of course if we do, we know that we've pretty much gone quite the way. We thought very alike. Number 2 for me is Bret the Hitman Hart. He is in there, and of course he's the first King of the Ring winner. Matt, was that the same for you?
Well, our tastes are kind of similar. Bret was going to make it into both our lists. It was just a case of what number, and and both of ours is number 2. Yeah.
Fair enough. It was a toss-up because although lots of people would say, "Oh, it's Stone Cold, it has to be," let me tell you, I was contemplating this one because just through knowing that it was the first King of the Ring, and I remember the amount of interviews and reading Bret's book especially. This King of the Ring really meant a lot to him because he'd won the belt a year before. I think everyone remembers that, and then it was that whole shenanigans, Matt, where he lost in, like, I don't know, what was it, something stupid against Yokozuna with a dust to the eyes, and then of course he'd call Hogan the saviour to come in, and Hogan beat him in about 10 seconds. And I remember Bret in the book was like, well, he got paid like millions and millions of dollars. Like, he's paid like was crazy for about a 10-second match, and I remember him sort of thinking that was going to be the end of him, and the only way out of it was to basically show his talent in the ring. And the King of the Ring, he said he really used he tried to use it the best he could by having 3 completely different matches that night and trying to prove that he could be the champion again. And by winning that King of the Ring, that really helped him trying to go in, and of course then they even had the Lex Express going on at the time as well, which shows you how much WWE wasn't even pushing for Bret at that time. But in the end, dreams came true at WrestleMania 10 the following year, and I really think that was a major part to play was the King of the Ring for Bret Hart. So it was a real toss-up, because if you think of Bret's legacy, what Bret brought was the idea that these smaller guys were as good, if not better, than the land of the giants was almost dying out, Matt. It was like the dinosaurs becoming extinct,
Yeah.
of your likes of Hogan and the Shawn Michaels of the world were coming around with Brett, and it was a completely different era.